welcome everyone to Governor DAO's DAO Speed Dating Episode number 7. I'm Blake4Liberty, and I'm here with Netminer as co-host. Some quick information about Governor DAO. Governor DAO is a service DAO, and we're kind of a one-stop dev shop for just about anything new or existing projects would like to do to expand. One of our main focuses is on governance. So we're able to help everyone out with their governance needs, whether it's just starting out or building out a more customized governance strategy. Our proof of existence technology is a biometrics, privacy-focused biometrics solution for Sybil resistance. With all the multi-accounts and whales and bots out there, this solution really allows one person, one wallet activities, whether that's fair airdrops, fair token launches, fair NFT mints, or protected governance strategies where you don't have to worry about someone gaming the system. You can learn more about Proof of Existence and Governor DAO at proofofexistence.xyz or governordao.org. With that out of the way, we're joined today by ThreeOh DAO, AirCoin DAO, and Mood Connect. Netminer, would you like to introduce our first guest?
Most certainly will. So first off, we're going to have ThreeOh DAO up on the stage. ThreeOh DAO is the first and only organization in the Web3 space directly engaging with the political establishment on behalf of Web3 users. They're the first DAO in history to have a super PAC confirmed by Politico. They're bridging the gap between the Web3 community and policymakers in the US and abroad. Their primary goals are to fund Web3 friendly politicians, lobby on behalf of the Web3 user community in upcoming regulatory processes, and to become a funding mechanism to pilot future certified elections on the blockchain. So if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, we should have a speaker on the line. Go ahead and...
Yeah, welcome aboard.
Hi guys, thanks for having me up. I'm Randy. Also, everybody I have the wonderful nickname of Doc from the ThreeOh DAO group. So either one of those will be fine. So I am one of the co-founders of ThreeOh DAO. And you kind of hit on some of the big things that we're looking at and some of the big things that we're doing. Did you guys have any questions to start, or do you just want me to go ahead and dive right into my pitch?
Yeah, you go ahead into your pitch and then have a few questions afterwards.
Perfect. So like you said, we're pretty much the first project, the only one that we can find, at least, that its sole focus is basically bringing different changes with the policy makers, kind of educating them, teaching them different things on behalf of the community of Web3 users. What we tend to see up there, and you'll see a lot of the stuff that you guys are finding in Forbes or you guys are seeing on the big websites, that mostly is coming from the perspective of the centralized exchanges or the really, really large, some large projects, and then a lot of what we're seeing are more the hedge funds and things like that are trying to regulate the space a little bit more like what we'd see with our stock market, where, things are going to be either commodities or they're going to be securities. And right now, when you're looking at a lot of what they're talking about, pretty much everybody's going to be a security unless you're Bitcoin, and then maybe Ethereum, which I'm sure will change down the road. But that's one of the big concerns there is how is that going to affect different projects from different areas, different people from different areas. And so we're kind of on that side of lobbying there. So we have our primary lobby in DC is FS Vector. And what they do is they're a fintech lobby. They've been, I think all their members that we're working with have 20 years plus experience on the Hill, lots and lots of experience there to build and kind of create those connections with the policymakers. I'm sure most of you have at least heard of the Lummis-Gillibrand bill. We've already posted comments to that and had those sent to their staffers and to that group based off of what the DAO kind of looked at and our views of those things. And then, of course, we're trying to expand even further. We do campaign funding for Web3 advocates because ultimately, as most of you guys would probably guess, the people on Capitol Hill are not really crypto users and are not really up to date with the advantages of it. They tend to hear about, of course, we heard last night that somebody's stealing, hundreds of millions of dollars off of Solana and all of those different things. So they kind of are focusing more on those stories and less on the side that we all know. And so what we're trying to kind of bring about is that change through bringing in politicians that are going to be supportive of Web3, supportive of businesses growing there. One of the things that we kind of highlight in a lot of our conversations with the lobbyists, and then they relay on behalf for our side, is that we tend to look at Web3 as a excellent way to crowdfund, build new businesses, new entrepreneurs can come here and build new opportunities, new techniques. I mean, as you guys have your new technology that kind of highlights the really cool parts about the space. And so we've really been, that's kind of our push coming up, where we are going to be involved in the 2022 midterms. We're focusing right now on larger federal races, but as we expand and get closer to the presidential election in 2024, we're interested more in expanding to what you would see as probably state and possibly even local races, depending on mayor. When we're looking at like large cities or things like that, that maybe have a mayor that would be more in favor of it versus one that wouldn't. We would be happy if the DAO decided to commit funds to that person. And so we're kind of building from there. And then long-term goal you hit on was either helping a different group of people, multiple DAOs, multiple groups, however it works, but piloting, potentially voting on the blockchain in the future, something that we think is pretty awesome, and a great way to kind of eliminate some of the things we saw in the 2020 election, where the calls for voter fraud and things of that nature. One thing we love about the blockchain is it doesn't lie, and you can find it 24/7, 365. So all you have to do is audit it from there, and you'd be able to find all the information. Of course, using some pretty cool technology, like I know that you guys are working on a governor's DAO. That might be a sooner possibility than others might even think. But that's kind of where we're at right now. We have, like as I said, we have the super PAC that we have established. It's running right now, starting to reach out for contributions. We also have two 501c, well, one C3, one C4 entities. So that way our company basically runs as a nonprofit. We've, of course, done everything in line to make sure that when regulations do come through, that we're able to go to the right places, make sure that we're able to check all the boxes when it comes to the regulatory bodies and everything like that. And so, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And I can answer any questions that you guys might have or others might have.
Hey, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing about your DAO. Really interesting, especially from the political aspect and seeing people really think future term and long term. So I really like hearing that. A couple of questions that I had for you all would be one, what's the best way for users to get involved with the DAO?
Yeah, right now, probably the easiest way to get involved is joining us on Discord. I sadly am one of those that tends to post different articles and things across. So nerdy and talk about stable coin bills and things like that. But that's the easiest way. And then from there, of course, we have like everybody, a governance token, and we've actually branched, since we really believe in being kind of the political side for all of Web3, for anybody that's not really a token-based user, but someone who would want to purchase NFT. We have an NFT that's a governance NFT on our side that will equate to how we would like to run it, as we'll be moving over to our D app. Right now we still do Snapshot, but soon, and that's where they'll vote. The community goes on and votes, but soon it'll be through our DApp. And basically, we're real big on the one-to-one vote, because that kind of gives everybody an equal fair share. I've been in multiple DAO communities, and you'd always have that one or two whales that come in there and just hold 50% of the tokens, and they swing the entire vote their way. So that's something that we're wanting to eliminate. But yeah, the first step is popping into the Discord, saying hi, and kind of joining in on some of those conversations.
All right, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. And yeah, to piggyback on the voting one, yeah, we have a proof of existence governance token that we use as well, that instead of using the number of tokens you hold, everybody gets an equal vote into this. What benefits does ThreeOh DAO bring to the web space?
Well, like I said, one of the big things we're doing that nobody else is doing is we're there on behalf of users, because ultimately for mass adoption, people are going to want it to be user friendly, and we actually honestly, everybody, listening here, we have that opportunity right now to kind of shape a financial sector, which I don't think we've had an opportunity as individuals to be able to do something of that nature. Probably in the history of any of our lives. I don't think any of us are really old enough to go back to when they would have been shaping that with different industries or things, potentially, of course. But, when you're thinking about it for a whole brand new sector on par with what we would see as stock market and things like that, the opportunity here is really awesome for community to do that. Because if not, then of course we all know that it'll go straight to the large organizations kind of shaping it their way, which will cut down on the number of coins. So if you have a favorite meme coin or anything like that, they would definitely be in danger down the road if the users aren't being heard and those collective voices of ultimately millions of people. I mean, even if you look in the United States, I think in the last year, I think in 2019 they said it was 13% of the population had bought digital assets, and I think the most recent one said 24% in or maybe it was 2020 and 2021. But yeah, so, increased by 10%. So I think those numbers are only going to continue to go up. And so harnessing that collective voice is kind of imperative for the space, we believe.
Yeah,
That's a great answer.
yeah,
Go ahead,
absolutely.
Blake.
And kind of to piggyback off of what you were talking about there is I'm a state coordinator for a 501c4 myself. And can you tell folks who are interested in getting involved kind of what it's like to be involved in these type of organizations, or as maybe not someone who's running an organization, but wants to help out, things they can do to help out with that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Before they run out and do anything, come talk to us, because we definitely have some places. And so what our 501(c)(4) is or C4 is basically, of course, we're there for advocacy for the space. And so one of the big things that we're pushing with that is right now really trying to highlight other advocates and other people throughout there. So we kind of our team is based kind of spread out. We have two guys in Texas, one guy in Alabama, and one guy in Virginia. But outside of our sphere of influence, in other states, we know of like big names that you would see for that. But if we can kind of highlight those advocates and start seeing ways that we can connect or work with them or partner with different groups, that's what we're kind of interested in right now. And that's kind of where we're growing from on that side. We kind of keep that out of the DeFi side. Of course, that's more what we'd say is the CeFi side. But yeah, we're still kind of building that out right now. We were just approved for the 501(c)(4) C4 actually on Monday. If anybody checks through our Twitter, so yeah,
That's
we're kind of building that right now.
main opportunities in the near future that you're looking to take advantage of?
Well, definitely with all the regulation that we're seeing. Oops, sorry, that's coming up all out and about. I think that that's going to be something that's going to be really, really important. And I think that as we hopefully can grow our voice and grow some influence on the Hill, hopefully be brought in to at least have conversations about that. And that's kind of the short term. Of course, very, very short term, starting in the next month or so, we're actually going to, we're starting in the next week, to be honest, or anybody that's in the ThreeOh group already. We'll start highlighting races that we are pinpointing as being a little more up for grabs. So it wouldn't be somebody that has an incumbent that's, got 90% of their district votes for them or anything like that. And some of these federal races in the DAO will be narrowing down those races into ones that we want to kind of create the funding for. And then we will start that process of donating to the Web3 advocate from there. One of the big things we want to push, just for anybody that's new and hasn't read through our stuff out there, is we're nonpartisan too. So we back anybody. It can be an independent, it can be a Democrat, it can be a Republican. We're not really as concerned about the partisan side of it. We view Web3 as an opportunity for bipartisan cooperation across the government. We've kind of seen that already with a lot of the bills and everything that are coming out right now, but that's important to us to highlight because we don't want anyone to feel like, they're pushing us out, or they wouldn't be interested in my candidate because they're this, or this party aligns a little more on this side, so people might not like that. No, we'll back anybody when it comes to that. But yeah, the donations are, like I said, we'll be narrowing that, and that should be starting in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, is this services you provide only in the U.S. or is it overseas as well? Just U.S. right now, no
Yeah.
international.
So we're just doing the United States right now. Our goal is to expand internationally, but we'll do that more in that downtime of the after the election in 2022. So probably in 2023, 2024, and even if that comes down the lines, because we know that the international donations and things can be different. It could potentially be through partnerships with others, partnerships with like different coalitions or anything like that, where we can kind of get that, because we really want to highlight the voice of all of Web3. And when we say that, we don't care what party you're from or where you're from, but like since we're all Americans and we all started here, and our original idea was based around the United States, that's where we started, and then we're going to expand out from there.
Awesome. Well, I'm really excited about your guys' group, and I'll probably hop in your guys' Discord from time to time and see how I can help out as well. I'm a political junkie and grassroots activist, so I look forward to what you guys have going on. Appreciate you guys being here today. Netminer, would you like to introduce AirCoin Reel?
Yes. Thank you for joining us, AirCoin DAO. We have King Alix, and he's going to go ahead and speak on AirCoin DAO, what they're about, and give his pitch. And then afterwards, we'll have a few questions if you want to go ahead.
All right, thank you for having us here. Yeah, we're from AirCoin DAO Labs, and just quickly, I would like to let everybody know about us. So AirCoin DAO Labs was established on May 13th, 2021, with the purpose of serving and empowering AirCoin. Actually, it was developed into a large community of more than 200,000 people in more than 40 countries around the world. So it has grown to be a DAO over time. So AirCoin DAO Labs has visions, three main visions that we follow, and we are really working towards that. Yeah, number one, to become number one in DAO, the DAO system. So number two, to make Air one of the top 100 cryptocurrencies in the world, and number three, to let Air be a leader in applications. And AirCoin DAO Labs really aim to help those that have minimum knowledge about cryptocurrency. So it has prepared all kinds of basic crypto information for the community. And in addition, there are online meetings. We normally have AMAs on our Telegram groups, majorly our global Telegram group, and also we have Twitter space to enlighten people about the crypto world, and also AirCoin DAO Labs project. So, and also we are available every day to introduce crypto knowledge, to explain the crypto markets. Yes, so we're committed to helping those retail crypto investors and focus on crypto projects. AirCoin projects rather, and its ecology related services and empowerment. So in the same vein, AirCoin DAO Labs consider AirCoin as its long life career, and strives to promote and develop it. So we have 4 developmental stage of the Air project. Number one is a token. Of course, it is launched, which is AirCoin. The number two, we have applications, and that's where our use cases comes in. So number three, we have capital operations, and number four, we have public chain ecosystem. So we have great use cases, and out of which AirCash has been launched, and AirCash over time has been upgraded to 2.3 as we speak, soon to be 3.0. So AirCash is the first and largest decentralized over-the-counter trading platform in the crypto galaxy, whereby you use fiat currencies to purchase cryptocurrencies in a decentralized way. So and in AirCoin DAO Labs, there's no central authority, no crowdfunding, no project party, not decisions not coming from a central authority. So because we are decentralized, so everybody is a volunteer. We are all around the world, so we come together to give what we can give to the development of the project. Yeah. So, and our upcoming plans over the time, we desire to cover over 100 countries around the world in the future, and establish national level communities in more than 100 countries, and also to be managed by outstanding volunteers from their countries. So we have AirCoin DAO Labs in a lot of countries, like I said, over 40 countries of the world. So basically that's what we do, and that's what we're all about. So, and like I said, we have other use cases that are yet to be launched. So, and I'll wait for questions to come in this direction as well.
All right. So
So,
yeah, a quick question. You talked about Aircash briefly. How does that work in detail, and how does it actually tie into your AirCoin DAO labs?
okay, yeah. Like I said, AirCash is one of our use cases, which was launched on March this year. Yeah. So on AirCash, you trade or buy and sell cryptocurrencies in a decentralized way, and we have trust mechanisms that makes AirCash safe because on AirCash you don't need identities to be traded. Yes, your AirCash preserves the identity and financial information of users coming on AirCash. So the trust mechanisms are vested, or should I say, the two-layer trust mechanisms are vested in the hands of the witness, people we call witness, and people we call Congress. But we have users, we have merchants, we have witness, and we have Congress. So the merchants are the liquidity makers of the AirCash system, thereby giving value to the buying and the selling on AirCash system. So users go to these merchants on AirCash to buy cryptocurrencies in a decentralized way because there's peer-to-peer crypto messaging system available on AirCash system where users can get connected with merchants. So we have witness. The witness is a judge on the AirCash system, thereby giving value to the security aspect of the AirCash system. Yeah, the powers to regulate issues, to minutes on issues are vested in the hands of the witness and the Congress. So if there's a dispute, well, over the time, there has never been any dispute or anything like, oh, so a merchant is trying to scam a user or something. But this trust mechanism have been put in place, for in case this happens, So the witness sits on a appeal because if there's anything of such, a user can actually make an appeal, and the witness swings into action, sits on this appeal, gives the best possible judgment. And if the user is not satisfied with this judgment, he has the right to make a further appeal, and that's where the Congress comes in. The Congress is the highest judge on the AirCash system. Also, the Congress sits in a place of, like I always put it, like sits in a place of a Supreme Court of a country. And what I mean is that the Congress is the highest judge on the AirCash system. Whatever judgment the Congress gives is the final. So like I said, if the user is not satisfied with the judgment coming from the witness, it makes a further appeal, and the Congress comes in, sits on this appeal, gives the best possible judgment, punishing the offender, and compensating the user. So those are the trust mechanisms that we have, and furthermore, before a witness, a user, or a Congress will commence any duty on the AirCash system, they pledge some amount of AirCoin that will not be in their care, which will be in the care of the Air team. So that's a form of trust because no one can make away with anybody's money, on AirCash system. So everything is safe, everything is secure, everything is fast, and all transactions are carried out on a blockchain. Yeah, so basically that's what we have on AirCash system, and over the time it's been over 25 million USDT have been traded on AirCash system. Also, we'll be having other applications coming on board. We'll be having our AirSwap. We're having our AirChain. AirSwap is going to be a swapping platform. When you say PancakeSwap, you say AirSwap. So it's going to be a P2C, peer-to-contract, P2C trading swapping platform, just like PancakeSwap. So AirChain is going to be our blockchain. So we'll be having our blockchain very soon. So, and everything revolves around our blockchain. So, and other use cases will follow. So we'll be having another token called O2 token that comes from staking and mining plans. So that's part of our upcoming plans as well. Yeah, so they'll be having that as our second token. So those that have locked their AirCoin, mining O2 token will receive O2 token. So that's what we have. So if you still have questions, I'm here.
I'll go ahead and ask one more. Can you tell
Yeah,
us a
thanks.
little bit about? Can you tell us a little more about how you guys came to be? If I understand right, you guys started as well. Just tell us how you guys started.
Yeah, we started as volunteers. So volunteers coming together to put a good use to what they can contribute to this project. Yeah, so volunteers are scattered around the world. Yeah, so we meet online. So we give what we can give to the success of this project, and over time it's been great, and our milestone speaks for itself. Yeah.
Can you tell everyone what the best way to get involved with you guys is?
Oh yes, we are on Telegram, we are on Discord. Yeah, but we normally have we engage more on Telegram, so they can connect with us on Telegram.
Thank you very much for joining us and sharing about your group. Netminer, you want to introduce Mood Connect?
Yeah, certainly. So next up, we have Mood Connect. We're going to have Amy, who is the CEO and co-founder of Mood Connect. Mood Connect is a platform that provides data-driven wellness solutions for businesses and DAOs. Amy and her technical co-founder, Igor, live in Phoenix, Arizona, and they have plans to launch a token and NFT project early 2023. It'll help her raise awareness of the importance of mental health in the workplace and within DAOs. And part of the proceeds will go to the National Alliance for Mental Illness. So, Amy, if you want to go ahead and speak, you should be given access. And go ahead.
Thanks so much for having me here and for having this speed dating spaces. Yeah, my name is Amy Uzunian, and I'm the CEO and co-founder for Mood Connect. Our mission is to create healthier workspaces and create healthier teams and communities for DAOs. We originally started working with businesses that were Web 2, but then I guess about a year ago, I got connected with our CTO, Igor, and he is very heavily involved in DAOs and the Web3 community. So I went to Colorado, to Denver, for the first ever DAO conference called DAO Denver. In Denver, which was back in February, and we started to launch some products and services that would be just catered specifically for DAOs in bringing more health and wellness to DAO communities and for their teams. What we do is we integrate with Discord and soon to be integrating with Telegram to show what the sentiment is of conversations had within Discord and Telegram. We do not record or copy any of the content of conversations. We just store and record the sentiment of those conversations so that community managers or partners of DAOs and also the members of DAOs can have a better understanding of some of the emotional content of conversations and basically know how people are feeling within the Discord or within the Telegram. We're able to show that sentiment over the course of a day, week, month, quarter, and all time. We also offer anonymous surveys that you can use and make anonymous or non-anonymous, and offer wellness solutions like guided meditations and workshops on sleep hygiene, burnout prevention, as well as very short yoga videos, and we're partnered with close to 100 different wellness products and services that are aligned with mental, physical, and financial health and wellness. Like you were saying, we are planning a NFT project to be launched early next year that would just bring more awareness for the need for health and wellness within communities and within workspaces. Um, and people who possess the NFT would then have access to having many of the now locked features within Mood Connect would be unlocked for those NFT holders, such as sentiment analysis to be used in messaging, and also access to some of our events that we'll be doing in 2023. So yeah, that is the sum of what we're doing at Mood Connect, and I hope to connect with all of you.
That's really awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Amy. I can definitely attest to having a well-rounded mental health when it comes to the workplace and DAOs and having a good team to work with. So it's good to hear somebody that's doing something in the DAO space and Web3 space a similar fashion. So really good hearing from you. Did have a few questions if you could answer those, and then we'll open it up for questions from there. So the first one is, how does your AI sentiment model and mood analysis tie in together with all your services? I know you had just mentioned that, like when you get the NFT, but how does it all work?
Yeah, so we show the sentiment on the Mood Connect dashboard, and then the based on what the outcome is, that will trigger our AI bot to then share recommendations to the team, or just to the admin of the Mood Connect dashboard. So you can set it to either having the AI bot send recommendations to your whole team, and those recommendations might be a guided meditation. They might be like a link to a free trial for a sleep app. Like there's a Rise Sleep and Energy app, for example. So you could get a link sent to your channel for a 30-day free trial for that app, or maybe a link for a free trial for Headspace. We're also wanting to partner with some Web3 health and wellness organizations. So if there are any wellness organizations that are DAOs or that fit into the Web3 space, we're definitely wanting to partner with those as well. And also recommendations for physical health and wellness apps, such as we have a partnership with Motivate You, which uses AI to perfect your form in doing fitness and yoga. So they offer on-demand videos that are anywhere from 5 minutes to like 60-minute workout videos, and their AI can help in helping you to sort of be your own instructor almost, so that's one example of a recommendation, and I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it most certainly did. That was a awesome response, and thank you for that. One other question that I had in connection with that was with the mood. Will Mood Connect tie in with any other apps like Workday or Salesforce in the future? Or do you envision that?
Well, so I'm sorry. Do you mean, do we intend to have an acquisition with Salesforce or Workday?
Or just something along those lines where you tie in. I know they have something called Modern Health is another one that I've seen, where they have an app that ties in with everything. I didn't know if you plan on tying it in with any of those applications in the future or something like that, possibly?
Well, so Modern Health is actually an indirect competitor for for Mood Connect,
Okay.
and Workday. We would really we are kind of working on creating a partnership or some kind of being offered through Workday, or even ADP. So that is something that we're seeking. Um, uh,
That's really
and
cool.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really cool to hear that. Because I know a lot of companies use those. So where do you envision Mood Connect in the next 5 years?
So we started out with doing a lot of work within workspaces and communities in uh, creating a space of more health and wellness for those spaces. But the direction we're moving into is really focusing on the AI sentiment analysis and how we can help people in their marketing efforts as well. So some of the products that we're going to be releasing down the line will be products for recruiters, also products for influencers and content creators. There's a product that we're working on that will be released fairly soon, actually, that will measure the sentiment of your audio. So, for example, in this Twitter space, you could pull the MP3 of this Twitter space and then put it through our AI sentiment analyzer, um, and then see what the mood is of the audio through certain segments, so that then you can maybe pull a clip of this Twitter space, and based on the mood of it. So if you want to maybe pull out a highlight that is reflecting a more happy, upbeat period of time in the Twitter space, then you can easily pull that, rather than listening to the entirety of the audio. And then also developing like a story and a timeline with all of your audio clips, based on the mood and the sentiment of that clip.
Oh, that's really cool. Thanks for sharing that last piece.
That is really cool.
Yeah. That's all the questions I had. Blake, did you have any questions you want to add?
Yeah, I have one more. I've had the pleasure of seeing your demo, and I think it's pretty cool what you guys have built. But maybe for folks who maybe don't quite see how this could fit into their project, what can you tell folks about the benefits of what having this kind of information can do for their project?
Thanks for asking that. A big benefit to using Mood Connect, the product that we currently have available for everyone, is you're able to know if there is something that's off, a little bit off. If you're able to see a baseline of how your teams usually are doing, then and then see if something kind of ticks up a little bit more, like maybe there is more fear that you're seeing in your team's communication, or more anger or more sadness in your team's communication, then maybe the week previous to that, then you can offer some of our anonymous surveys to get a little bit deeper into the question of what is going on, what may be changed, or you might even know what's caused it, and you can see that yes, there maybe is a little bit more anger going on, and it brings your awareness to that, so that you can address the issue right away. one of the use cases that we found that was really helpful was that the manager didn't have to go into having a lot of one-on-ones with employees that maybe wouldn't be as honest in their communication, but was able to act a little bit faster before a project like completely would go get dismantled, and people are like leaving the project. So it addresses a lot of retention issues as well, and just keeping a little bit more of a harmonious effect in your team. And it's not necessarily like like we feel like you're like managers or CEOs or DAO managers are out of touch with their team. It's more that you want to know how they're doing, because you care about them. You care about the people you're working with, and that are working on the projects that you believe in. And so why wouldn't you want to know how they're feeling and if there's been any kind of changes and any spikes in that? So thanks so much for asking that, Blake.
Yeah, thanks. And that was a great answer. And is there any last point you want to share before we open the floor to questions from the audience?
Yeah, I just wanted to share that the best way to connect with us is through our website, and also we do have a Discord, although it's not as fully developed, but you can contact me through our Discord. And then also through our Slack community that we're growing, and that you can sign up for free. Is a freemium availability on the Mood Connect app, so just go to moodconnectapp.com and sign up. You'll have full access to our marketplace of wellness, which is available to anyone. But you do have to pay a subscription, which starts at $10 per month, to get access to the sentiment analysis and integration with Discord, Slack, and soon to be integrated with Telegram. So thanks for asking that.
Awesome. Thanks very much for joining us today and for sharing your information with us.
I have two questions, one for Hami and then the second one for the other guy. What's his name now? The one that talks about this decentralized cash. Oh, yeah. The first one for Hami, you talk about your company's decentralized autonomous organization. How can the other decentralized autonomous organization benefit from yours? If I have my company or I operate a DAO, if I would like to cooperate with yours, how do I go ahead with that? The second one, I think it's for the other guy. Best explanation about the security of because I'm used to centralized organizations, centralized exchanges. How am I going to show that my assets are secured with them going through what is happening in the world now when most exchanges have been hacked? How am I sure yours is secure from trading?
Mood Connect, we are we have registered as an LLC and as a C Corp. We are not a DAO, but we do serve DAOs. So you actually cannot become incorporated as a DAO under us. Yeah, but what we offer is wellness solutions for DAOs.
Yeah, I think he might have misunderstood and thought that you guys help create DAOs. That is something that Governor DAO does. So if you would like to get in touch with us to work on that, feel free to send me a DM, and we'd be glad to help you with that, or get you in touch with the right person if we can't help. So yeah, I think your second question was for Aircash and King Alex, and that was how you can be assured of security and that funds are safe with all the hacks and whatnot that have gone on lately. Is that correct? With your decentralized exchange and your blockchain and whatnot, how can people be assured of security of the blockchain with the various hacks and exploits that have been going on lately? And he said he was someone who's more familiar with centralized exchanges. How can people be sure that your ecosystem is safe and secure?
Oh yeah, well we have a use case called Air University. Yeah, and using this use case, though not launched, but in the real sense, we do it. We do this, but not officially launched, where we teach people, we pilot people on how to buy cryptocurrency, secure their wallets, know what to do and what not to do, the do's and don'ts in the crypto world. We teach people to have separate wallets, one wallet for airdrops and the other wallet for the tokens that tokens or coin or cryptos that you buy with your monies. So with that, we pilot them on how to go about buying AirCoin or going through all of this stuff in the crypto world. And we pilot people on how to do. If they see this is what they should do. If they see that, this is what they should do. Something like that. So we are people oriented. We people are our best customers, so to speak. So we dedicate ourselves to piloting people on what to do. Yeah, so our ecosystem is very safe, very fast, very secure. So this is basically what we do. We don't allow any of those things, to come into play when it comes to our own ecosystem. Yeah, we handle everybody with care, piloting them. So that's what we do.
Great. And I think Edom Justice had a question for you as well. I'll let him go ahead and repeat it since that was happening during the connection issues. Edom, would you like to give your question again?
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. I want to find out what the difference between the Cash system and that of other exchanges. And you also made mention that because you are DAO, we buy in a decentralized manner or decentralized way. Is the Cash system a DApp app or is an app? And currently, does it mean that we can buy all cryptocurrency on the Cash system? How is it done? Thank you.
Okay, yes, the AirCash system is decentralized. Okay, the AirCash system is decentralized. So, okay, yeah, thank you. The AirCash system is decentralized. So, cryptos are being bought and sold in a decentralized way on AirCash system. So the difference between AirCash and other crypto trading platforms is that we are decentralized, no central authority. Okay, no one is taking anybody's identity. Okay, we trade anonymity. All right, so there's an encrypted messaging system available on the AirCash system. Okay, and AirCash system protects the identity, the financial information of users coming on the AirCash system. So that's what makes us stand out. And also the trust mechanisms that have been put in place in case we have funny people coming on AirCash system. So these trust mechanisms are there. So that makes us distinct from other, or should I say, centralized crypto trading platforms. Yeah, and also, yeah, you remind me the second question again. So sorry about that.
Yeah, so I was trying to say that, is it an app? How do we do that? How do we use the Cash system? Is it an app or is it a DApp app? And then
Okay,
also
great.
all cryptocurrencies on the Cash system now.
Okay, yeah, it's a DApp application. So all you need to do is connect through DApp on any of the decentralized crypto wallet examples. We have Trust Wallet, we have MetaMask, we have SafePal, and all other decentralized crypto wallets that AirCoin enabled. Yeah, so through that you connect to AirCash, and the address is aircash.finance. So you connect through that and you do your dealings with any merchants that you see on AirCash system. I'm talking about if all tokens are being purchased on AirCash. For now, we have stable coins called we have USDT being purchased on AirCash system. Soon we'll be having our AirCoin as well. We'll be having other cryptos coming on board as well. Yeah, so yeah,
Right.
thank you.
I got a question in my DMs for ThreeOh DAO, and that is what kind of issues are you guys focused on when doing your lobbying work?
So right now we have just established what, well, I guess 2 months ago we established what our policy principles would be through the DAO. So that way, when they approved that, we sent that on to the lobby. And basically, what we're looking at is we are lobbying on behalf of basically anything that fits within inside that. So it doesn't matter if it's like talking about mining. If we're seeing that, evidence is showing that environmentally it's not as bad as they had thought it was, then of course we're going to support that. If it's, going down the road of taxation on it, we're going to be behind whatever's going to be most supportive for the Web3 space. What we're currently focusing on, and what's kind of been the big one, is the comments that are coming out that you guys are probably reading about out of the SEC, and how they're trying to basically what we're really seeing is enforcement right now, through reclassifying certain tokens or certain projects as being security, so that they can then go after the exchanges for improper security fraud. Where we're putting some pushback right now within the lobby, is pushing back on the centralized, centralized bank coins, the CBDCs. We're not really a big fans of those, because we know that that's a slippery slope to being able to basically tie everything into going to that and then backtracking through there. So that's kind of where our push is right now, is looking at the stablecoin regulations. I think stablecoins is where they're going to move first, and so that's kind of where our focus attention has been around right now, and trying to push more for. We do want, of course, regulations are going to come, so we want those to be positive, but at the same time not too overburdensome. So certain things that the banks are trying to do is put it so that you have to be FDIC insured and everything like that, which then kind of takes away the whole point of decentralized from there. So that's kind of what our current focus and pushback is on.
Great, and just as from a personal perspective, I appreciate your position on CBDCs as well. Thanks for answering that question. Do you have any ideas for general topic discussion, Netminer, or we could also just kind of go along the lines of areas we see some advancement happening in the space?
Yeah, probably areas where we see advancement sounds like a good one. But before we do that, make sure everybody to follow me, Blake, and the GDAO account. At the end of the Twitter space, we will be giving out POAP, proof of attendance tokens, and it's basically an NFT you get as like a little trophy for saying that you joined in speed dating. So if you want to follow us, we'll make sure to be able to get that out to you. And then, yeah, if we want to open the floor up to everybody just for where do we see Web3 going in the future, and what everybody's most excited for.
Yeah, that sounds great. And anyone's feel free to answer first.
I'll go first, but one thing that I think has been really, really interesting is seeing the evolution of NFTs from what we would normally think of as like, the Bored Ape Yacht Club and that group to, right now the governor of Colorado is fundraising through NFTs. We see that, lawyers are able to subpoena people with NFTs. I think that, the future of that is even going down the road of probably our mortgages and our car titles and everything like that will be an NFT, and you can almost trade it through there to start to eliminate some of that extra backlash and everything that we see, and of trying to go through and do the sale. Then you have to go down to make sure the title is given to the right person, et cetera, et cetera. With NFT, it's a online transaction that can be conducted basically, in the blink of an eye. So I think that's been really, really cool to see that evolution. And I think that we'll kind of see them evolving even more. Right now they're just quick when I read through the Lummis Gillibrand bill, they didn't even touch on NFTs, and I think that this is the purpose, is because they can do such a wide variety of things. But I thought that's been really cool in the last couple of months.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed how NFTs are starting to be utilized as well. There's been I've seen projects that are tying physical assets to NFTs for proof of ownership. I've seen fractionalized NFTs that have started to become a thing. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of cool things tying NFTs to decentralized ID as well. There's been a lot of cool things about NFTs going on.
Yeah, what you were saying actually about fractionalized NFTs. I know a guy who's he's selling hours of his time to do services, like to do any kind of consulting or services through NFT. And it's just interesting to me, like how it started out as being like like a visual representation, and and like something that's artistic, and it still is, but how we've been able to like tie art to utility, and create value in art as a result of that.
Yeah, I definitely think there'll be a lot of utility for NFTs in the future. Not just art, but like you said, deeds, patents, loans, everything will be done on the blockchain. And it's excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, and I feel like it's unfortunate that a lot of people, outside of the Web3 space, are kind of missing the whole point to it. Like they're so locked into the idea that like, oh, it's just a digital image, or like why are people throwing so much money at something that's just it's a token, it's an image, but it isn't that. It's so much more than that. And what I feel like Web3, the whole community of Web3 is just very very much more open to a world of possibilities, but also the fact that there is there's organization to it, like that we're all concerned with governance, and having order in a world of possibilities, and exploring, that there can be creativity and curiosity that's merged with organization and governance. And I feel like that's a perfect combination. I feel like it's what so many people in the US and probably abroad as well have been seeking. And I think that it's wonderful that ThreeOh DAO is merging, the world of government and politics in the Web 2 space with the possibilities that are in Web 3. And it's really it's what we need. And that's why when we started out with Mood Connect being marketing to Web 2, I felt like, wow, this is something that that a lot of our SMB customers, they can find a lot of value in what's being offered in NFTs and in tokens and cryptocurrency. So we want to sort of be a bridge for that as well.
Yeah, I also just on the NFT subject, I like what you guys are planning with your NFTs as well. It's almost kind of a proof of subscription type of a thing, where buy the NFT and that gives you access to certain services or certain tiers of subscription, that kind of thing. I think that's pretty cool as well, and just tied in with the NFTs, the idea of a Web3 wallet, just logging into something with your Web3 wallet, sounds really appealing for the future. Where the logins just have a simple check for an NFT or a proof of existence token or a certain token. or NFT, and having that be just what grants you access or tells you you need to go get access to this app or page or whatever it may be. I think that's in some ways a lot more simple once people get used to the idea. I think it can be a lot more secure once people are used to the way security and the way things work with Web3. I think, and also, of course, there's privacy. I think Web3 is built a lot more for privacy than Web 2 and some of the things that we're used to currently. So I'm really looking forward to how those things come together as we move forward and really see some added benefits in those areas.
Yeah, likewise. What you're doing with proof of existence, it's so important because it allows people to remain anonymous, to have their personal lives remain private, while also being able to engage in business and in projects, and have that kind of verification. Like on the call that when we were talking before, when I was demoing Mood Connect to you guys, and you shared with me about what you're doing with proof of existence. I mean, at first when I had heard, that's what GDAO was doing, it didn't totally make sense to me, but it very much makes sense now. That there's a whole world of people, that want to, explore projects and do, get engaged fully in launching projects, but they don't want everybody in the world, to know, like they don't want their jobs to know that they're doing this. Maybe they want to, not have everyone contacting all their friends and family about what they're doing. And so, that makes sense. Like, a person shouldn't have to, be open and exposed to everyone in the world, in order to, affect change in the world. I think, I mean, it's important to have a proof of existence, of course, like when doing business with someone. And I think that also, it creates a little bit of sense of security for Web 2 users, that maybe, they're communicating with somebody who is using a pseudonym, but like it's okay because they know that person is a real person, that they have a history of what they've done in the past, and it can create that sense of security.
Yeah, absolutely. The blockchain and Web3 brings in an interesting, unique thing where as long as we can prove that a person is unique, that person's web history, or not web history, but their history on the blockchain is still public. So you can, without them being fully doxxed and whatnot, they can remain anonymous, but you can still know that they're a trustworthy person based on their actions. So it's a great way for Web3 to be able to maintain that anonymity and privacy while adding that security that you talked about and giving people assurance of um, knowing who they're dealing with, even though they aren't public with their personal information. So yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of ways that proof of existence ties in, from those things that you were talking about to ensuring governance strategies that projects want to use are available, whether that's just strict democracy, one voice, one vote, or if it's still, one person, one vote, but maybe that voting system is quadratic or logarithmic or uh, representative, or there's all sorts of different ways that proof of existence unlocks to make governance systems work for whatever communities need them to be. So that's obviously something I'm excited about as someone working for Governor DAO, but I think it's exciting for the space as well because it solves such a big problem that's existed for a while, where people aren't sure how governance is going to be secure, or aren't sure how, they don't have to wonder anymore whether the NFT mint is going to get overrun by bots or things like that. So that's pretty exciting as well. Let's see here. Anything else anyone would like to talk about?
Oh, okay, yeah. It's crazy out there when it comes to losing assets. So just a minor thing I just want to talk about. It's wallet security. It's very important. Yeah, please. Losing assets is not a child's play. Yeah. So we see what's going on right now. Talking about people on Solana network and all of that. Yeah. So if anybody has tokens there in their Solana wallets, they should move it to a new wallet and do not use the old wallet anymore. So it's very important. It's safe that way. And talking about wallet security as well, and losing of assets, to our listeners, please, our advice, you have two separate wallets. One main wallet for tokens that you bought with your monies. All right. And if especially the airdroppers, yeah, we call them airdroppers right now. Most of these airdroppers fall victims of these scams, in the crypto world. So have a separate wallet for airdrops. Please don't use that wallet for tokens that you want to buy with your monies. You wouldn't know the one that are scam tokens. If you scan your wallet address on bscscan.com, you will notice that there are some scam tokens interacting with your wallet, with your wallet address. So you will see them there. So it's very important for everyone to be safe out there. Yeah, just a minor thing that just popped in my head to add. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good advice about wallet security there. Don't give out your seed phrase. There's nobody that needs your seed phrase ever. If you need your own seed phrase, make sure you get re-download whatever wallet you're going to use. Make sure it's from an official source. Make sure that you have your password secure somewhere, preferably offline or through a secure password manager that is trustworthy. All those basics. And if you don't know the basics, there are a whole bunch of Twitter spaces that you can find. There are a whole bunch of Twitter threads you can find about wallet security and Web3 security. And if you still don't maybe feel confident, you can always message someone from a project that you trust. And you feel free to message me as well. I'm not an expert, but I can either find you good information on the topic or find someone who can give you good information. So yeah, always make sure that you're secure with your information. Don't give anybody any private information. There's no reason for it. And yeah, be sure you're safe with your Web3 wallets. And I think, Amy, you had something you were going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say thanks so much for having this space, Blake and Netminer, for co-hosting. I don't know if ETH is here, but ETH Ledger. But I just wanted to say thanks so much for having me, and it's great to be connected with ThreeOh DAO and King Alex. Really love everything you guys are doing in your projects, and thanks everyone for being here.
Any last thoughts, ThreeOh DAO? I think we're gonna wrap it up after that.
Yeah, thank you so much for having AirCoin DAO. Thank you for having me here. Yeah, Amy, thank you so much for that. Yeah, you're great right out there. So you're great. You're great, to be honest. Yeah, thank you, Blake. Thank you, Netminer. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. I learned some things today, so it's always a good thing when you learn something that day. So thanks for having us on.
Thank you guys very much for joining us. We had ThreeOh DAO, Mood Connect, and AirCoin DAO with us today, all telling us some really great things. ThreeOh DAO has got a super PAC, a 501c4, and a 501c3. They're really killing it in the political space to advocate for Web3. Mood Connect has great tech for gauging sentiment within your project, so that you can really tailor your messaging to your project, and really tell if maybe there's fear or people not understanding what's going on, so that projects can take care of it well. And AirCoin DAO has it seems like a really big and growing ecosystem that is really interesting on the BSC network. Be sure to check all these projects out. You can check them out on the billboard at the top of the space, or by searching hashtag GDAO billboard. Be sure to follow all these projects. Follow Governor DAO at governor_DAO and GDAO ambassadors for to keep up with information from us. Follow me, Blake4Liberty and Netminer, as well as at ETH Ledger. He'll be contacting folks with POAPs, I believe, or POAPs. Let's see, what am I missing? Check out Governor DAO's Proof of Existence at proofofexistence.xyz. And we'll be back next week, same time, with 3 more DAOs or projects. And we look forward to seeing you again next week. Really enjoyed the discussion with everyone, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks, everyone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's crazy out there when it comes to losing assets. So just a minor thing I just want to talk about. It's wallet security. It's very important. Yeah, please. Losing assets is not a child's play. Yeah. So we see what's going on right now. Talking about people on Solana network and all of that. Yeah. So if anybody has tokens there in their Solana wallets, they should move it to a new wallet and do not use the old wallet anymore. So it's very important. It's safe that way. And talking about wallet security as well and losing of assets, to our listeners, please, our advice, you have two separate wallets. One main wallet for tokens that you bought with your monies. All right. And if especially the airdroppers, yeah, we call them airdroppers right now. Most of these airdroppers fall victims of these scams, in the crypto world. So have a separate wallet for airdrops. Please don't use that wallet for tokens that you want to buy with your monies. You wouldn't know the one that are scam tokens. If you scan your wallet address on bscscan.com, you will notice that there are some scam tokens interacting with your wallet, with your wallet address. So you will see them there. So it's very important for everyone to be safe out there. Yeah, just a minor thing for that just popped in my head to add. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, good advice about wallet security there. Don't give out your seed phrase. There's nobody that needs your seed phrase ever. If you need your own seed phrase, make sure you get re-download whatever wallet you're going to use. Make sure it's from an official source. Make sure that you have your password secure somewhere, preferably offline or through a secure password manager that is trustworthy. All those basics. And if you don't know the basics, there are a whole bunch of Twitter spaces that you can find. There are a whole bunch of Twitter threads you can find about wallet security and Web3 security. And if you still don't maybe feel confident, you can always message someone from a project that you trust. And you feel free to message me as well. I'm not an expert, but I can either find you good information on the topic or find someone who can give you good information. So yeah, always make sure that you're secure with your information. Don't give anybody any private information. There's no reason for it. And yeah, be sure you're safe with your Web3 wallets. Thanks for sharing that. That was a good point with everything that's going on right now. And I think, Amy, you had something you were going to say?
Oh, I was just going to say thanks so much for having this space, Blake and Netminer, for co-hosting. I don't know if Eth is here, but Eth Ledger. But I just wanted to say thanks so much for having me, and it's great to be connected with ThreeOh DAO and King Alex. Really love everything you guys are doing in your projects, and thanks everyone for being here.
Thanks
Great.
so much, Amy.
Any last thoughts, ThreeOh DAO? I think we're gonna wrap it up after that.
Yeah, thank you so much for having AirCoin DAO. Thank you for having me here. Yeah, Amy, thank you so much for that. Yeah, you're great right out there. So you're great. You're great, to be honest. Yeah, thank you, Blake. Thank you, Netminer. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you to everybody. I learned some things today, so it's always a good thing when you learn something that day. So thanks for having us on.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Thank
Go
you
ahead
very
and
much.
wrap us up, Blake.
All right, will do. Thank you guys very much for joining us. We had ThreeOh DAO, Mood Connect, and AirCoin DAO with us today, all telling us some really great things. ThreeOh DAO has got a super PAC, a 501c4, and a 501c3. They're really killing it in the political space to advocate for Web3. Mood Connect has great tech for gauging sentiment within your project, so that you can really tailor your messaging to your project, and really tell if maybe there's fear or people not understanding what's going on, so that projects can take care of it well. And AirCoin DAO has it seems like a really big and growing ecosystem that is really interesting on the BSC network. Be sure to check all these projects out. You can check them out on the billboard at the top of the space, or by searching hashtag GDAO billboard. Be sure to follow all these projects. Follow Governor DAO at governor_DAO and GDAO ambassadors for to keep up with information from us. Follow me, Blake4Liberty and Netminer, as well as at ETH Ledger. He'll be contacting folks with POAPs, I believe, or POAPs. Let's see, what am I missing? Check out Governor DAO's Proof of Existence at proofofexistence.xyz. And we'll be back next week, same time, with 3 more DAOs or projects. And we look forward to seeing you again next week. Really enjoyed the discussion with everyone, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks, everyone.